What's going on here? Are we there? There we go. Don't know what happened to that. Sorry, guys. So, good morning. It's Dr. Hoskins, purecownow.com, dochoskins.com. Just checking in. It's been a while. Last one I checked in on was in Dallas, Texas. That was a few weeks ago. I've been to Atlanta twice since then, and it's been crazy. But I've noticed a few things that I wanted to talk about. One is the importance of getting regular chiropractic care. Um, Pain care is not near as important as brain care. And when your brain is taken care of, the rest of your body has the best chance to do its job. So you need to come in, you need to get checked. The only persons that can check for the chiropractic vertebral subluxation, the CVS, not the pharmacy, but the chiropractic vertebral subluxation is a chiropractor. We're the only ones trained to do that, just like really the only person that's trained for glaucoma is an ophthalmologist or an optometrist, an eye specialist. The only person trained to detect these chiropractic vertebral subluxations are chiropractors. So you need to come in and do that. Um, but that leads right into the second topic, and I'm just going to touch on it here with y'all because this is more of an internal of the profession kind of thing. But I'm going to talk about the arrogance of the chiropractor a little bit. It's something I've been thinking about for a while because it definitely is part of who I am, unfortunately. But when we do something, when we're part of a project, um, at some point it's good to take ownership of that project. Like if I was a punter for um, the Indianapolis Colts or a punter for, let's even say, the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. Right now they're undefeated. I would take ownership of that record because I'm part of the team. But it would be ludicrous for the punter to say, I am the reason that we're 6-0 or 7-0 or whatever it is today. It would be absolutely insane for the long snapper to say the same thing. It would be insane for the coach to say the same thing, and it would be insane for the quarterback to say the same thing. And yet, we have chiropractors and other professionals, medical doctors and massage therapists and physical therapists and occupational therapists, all kinds of providers, and not just in the healthcare field and everything. Taking credit, stealing credit from the body and its healing abilities and saying, I did that. It's all because of me. And we need to be very careful of that. If you believe in the creator God of the universe, one of the things you may know about him is he's very jealous about his praise and worship. And praise and worship is giving credit to whom it's due. So that healing, if I'm taking credit for parts of that healing that has nothing to do with me, then I'm stealing that credit for something else. And that could be from God himself. And he's probably not very happy with that. And that will definitely start some things in a cascade that is not going to be very happy. So we need to be very careful not to steal credit from other people. We need to own what we own. We need to be aware of what we're aware of, and we need to be part of the team and promote the team, but also just take credit for what our part of the team is. If you don't believe in the creator God of the universe, and you still take credit for healing that person, you're stealing credit away from the body's ability to heal itself. The way it was created and constructed and designed, it has those healing capacities. It's an adaptation. It's one of the signs of life. So either way you look at it, if you steal the credit of that healing, if you steal the credit of that end result and claim it all for yourself, you put yourself in a very, very, very bad situation. Same thing in relationships. One of the worst things a very bad thing I hear said is, our relationship is 50-50. Well, if you think of a relationship as 50-50, you're already on the road to failure. The percentages are wrong, and it's just off. I've also heard it's a two-way street. Well, if you and your person you're in the relationship with you're on a two-way street and you're heading in opposite directions, you're already in some trouble. So any relationship has to be 100-100. I'm giving 100% of what I can towards a relationship, and they're giving 100% towards a relationship. Anything less than that needs a lot of work. Anything more than that needs some counseling, because you're putting in way too much effort into the relationship, and that can be detrimental to the relationship. It can also be detrimental to you, or show signs that something's going wrong, and there could be some issues going on there. But this two-way street is, if you and whoever, in whatever relationship, a business relationship, a lifetime relationship, just a friendship, if you guys are on a two-way street, you're already headed in opposite directions. You need to just wave and go on. Um, you and whoever you're in relationship with need to be on a one-way street, pulling in the same direction. And once you start taking your part of that relationship and only owning your part, that I'm driving this way, um, you may need to turn around. You may be the one that needs to turn around. You may be the one that needs to put in the extra effort because you're only doing 50-50. You may be, if you both are doing, if you're doing 50 and they're doing 50, obviously both of you need to step it up. But if you're doing 50-50 because that's all you know and they're doing 100, you need to step up your game. If you're headed in the wrong direction and your friend, your relationship partner is heading the other direction, they're headed in the correct direction. You need to make the U-turn. You need to own what you own, and you need to let them own what they own. When we were newly married, anything that went wrong in the house, anything that went wrong with finances, anything that went wrong with the car or the apartment or whatever, was completely 100% my fault. I never let Julie have any of the blame. I never let her take any of the blame, even if it was her fault. If she overcooked potatoes, it was all my fault. I wasn't there to help her. If she undercooked it, it was my fault. And that's not healthy. That's just not healthy on anybody's plate. In fact, it caused us a lot of issues in the first half of our marriage. I still have those tendencies when I get weak. It's a self-deprecating, self-sabotaging kind of response, and that's not good. But I'm aware of it now, and I'm doing better. But we need to also not take the blame for um, anything that's not our fault. We need to not take too much of the blame. We need to not steal the blame off of another person to put it on ourselves, and we need to not steal the blame off of ourselves and put it on somebody else. A lot of stuff going on in the news, specifically the shooting on the set of an Alec Baldwin movie. If we just think about the blame, where the blame lies, who has the blame? It's probably spread across several people, um, and um, each person should be held liable and culpable for their part of the blame, but probably no one person should have all of the blame. There's a lot of things going on there. I don't know the whole story, but just from what I have gathered since it happened until today, um, that's one of the things we need to be careful of, is not stealing. And that's the arrogance that I was talking about before, is it's all mine. I'm responsible for it. I am the cause of your healing, and therefore I am the best. The most immediate, excuse me, the most immediate issue with that is if that person doesn't get better, you blame yourself. And that's a death cycle. That's a death spiral. So we need to be careful of that. Anyway, we got one more week this month of I'm not traveling because the event's actually here at Sherman here in Spartanburg. So I'll be able to be home at night and sleep in my own bed. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the event. So I won't be here Friday again this week, the last Friday of the month. And we'll be at Sherman Lyceum, which is their homecoming plus education stuff plus vendor fair. So looking forward to that. Then I get a weekend off, and then I get to go to Asheville for the weekend to a conference, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then our state association is having a holiday gathering, and then it's Christmas, and then it's January, and then we go to start the whole thing over again. So hang in there. Hopefully something was useful for you today. It was useful for me, and I appreciate you listening and let me just ramble sometimes to get some of the stuff off out of my head and on the tape, as I used to say. But you guys have a great day. Come on in. I'm here Monday and Wednesday. Sam's here every day this week. Make sure you get on his text list if you happen to be one of his clients, and make sure that you look at what he texts. He's here a lot, and he serves a lot, and I appreciate that about him. Anyway, talk at you later. Bye bye.